This is Professional Hair Detanglers. Today we're speaking with our client as we begin to detangle her hair. If you could please just give us some background on how this all started.
Okay, so first I want to say that I never had any problems with my hair tangling at all. And it was about a month and a half ago. Now it's been closer to 2 months. Um, I just, I don't know how, it feels like I don't know how it all started, honestly. It just kind of happened so sudden. I had actually had my hair in just like a messy bun. And then I had found out that my mom had cancer, and my dad is sick, and I have 4 kids, 4 teenagers actually, and believe it or not, 4 teenagers are a lot harder than 4 toddlers. I remember when they were toddlers, I used to think, I can't wait until they get older and then they can, unbuckle themselves out of the car or brush their own hair, and then it just all goes by and happens so fast. Yeah, so they got older, more needier. Life just happened. Everything happens fast. I was pretty sad for 3 days. I didn't get out of bed. And that messy bun, I had to get up and run for kids and schedules and everyone but me. And then after the third day, I again just stuck a beanie on. I didn't have time to do my own hair. Didn't have time. That went on for about a week and a half. I noticed. Then I started to the first half of my hair I couldn't get out. It was kind of stuck in the messy bun. So I cut out the ponytail. And next thing I know, it was sorry.
No, it just got out of control. You feel like.
Yeah, it just got out of control.
So about 2 months ago it started, and was there anything different that you felt on your scalp or your hair texture or?
Yeah, it almost felt as if it was like tacky stuff coming out of my scalp. It felt like, which is really weird because I've ever experienced anything like that.
It was relatively easy to care for yourself before you got all these stressors?
Yeah, I had never even needed to pack a hairbrush or anything if we leave. I mean, I really just had such fine silky hair that I could use my fingers to brush it out. I wouldn't need to brush it before in the shower or right after. I have never used hair products or anything, so I just would literally let my hair dry. I never blow dried my hair. It just always sat boring and flat, but silky and shiny and perfect. It's into my book, to me.
So after all these things happen, your mom, your father, your kids, had their needs, and you realize you had a hard time taking care of yourself. When did you start to look for help, and how did you start to look for help?
So after about a week and a half, well, first the embarrassment and the shame still is. Once I found you guys, it got a little easier. I felt like there was hope. But before then, I honestly was too ashamed to even Google anything or tell anyone. I wanted to go into salons or go into anyone, but it felt like they're not going to know how or what to do. A salon's going to maybe keep picking at your head for hours, and you're going to waste your time, theirs, and money,
Yeah.
But I didn't know what the word matting even meant. And so what I had done, I was, even at that week and a half, I was still too ashamed to even reach out. I still hadn't even reached out to my own family or my closest friends. So I had just shown two of my teenage daughters.
And when you showed them at that point, how long had it been?
Probably 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
I was too embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm their mom.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to go out and taking care of them, and it looks like I look like a crazy person.
Yeah, but what did they say to you?
Just that, like, oh my gosh, we need to get this out. We need to help get this out. And they tried, and we stayed up for the whole night trying to get it out.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of losing hair and a lot of brush, because bless their hearts, they tried the best they could and they were so tired and tried. And then I just didn't know what to do, didn't know who to reach out to. So and I couldn't put them through that again. I was already felt like really bad to do that in the first place. And then I just kept putting beanies on and going on with my busy schedule, busy momming, being a mom. And I skipped a lot of doctor's appointments for my mom just because I didn't want her to see me with a beanie on all the time. So I didn't really live all my life that I needed to be living.
I think it's hard as somebody who usually provides support for other people, especially your kids or your family, and then when you need support, sometimes it's hard to ask for it or accept it even.
Yeah.
How did things change when you found professional hair detanglers?
I felt there was hope. There was really hope. Going back into after my daughters and then wearing beanie over my head. And then realizing that once you get a little tangles out, like a little bit of hair that I only have that is at the bottom, that barely any, which I had to lose a lot of hair just to get that out. I had finally reached out to, and this was before I had Googled anyone still. And to be honest, it wasn't even me that got the guts and the courage to Google and find you guys. It was my best friend from high school's mom. She spent a couple weeks, and we spent 5 or 6 days a week, 6 to 8 hours a day straight, her trying to get it out. She'd loosen it up a little finally, and then maybe a little part, and then what would happen is it would tighten the other. It was like a teeter-totter, we realized. And she likes to watch YouTube on her TV, and so she's the one who was like, look, this can happen to anyone. And then once she showed me YouTube videos, that's when I was like, wow, okay, well, kind of broke the ice. And I was like, I didn't want to put her through it anymore. And even though, because she was like, I'm determined, we'll do whatever it needs to take. But she's like, but look, there really is help out there, They're far away, way across the country, but there's help out there. And so then I'm like, wow, because there was no one I wanted to show. Even my own husband and my son have never seen my hair. I sleep with hoodies and hats to sleep. So,
are you looking forward to kind of releasing that? Because I know that you mentioned it comes with a lot of shame for you.
Yeah.
Having to hide your hair. Do you kind of realize, and I would, I guess, give an example of whenever I'm sick, I take for granted all the times that I can breathe freely. Is there anything you're excited to do, like brush your hair again, or?
I'm excited to just be able to get ready in the morning, like be myself, be my normal self, not be able to have to hide behind the beanies, be able to go to the normal stores I would go to, be able to go to my husband's office, be able to go to my mom's doctor's appointments, go see all my family, go see my dad, live my life. Because, I've seen some family members once, but it's only a matter of time they're going to say, why are you wearing a beanie, or take it off or something, because I've never worn a beanie in my life before this.
Yeah. So it completely is changing your whole routine.
It's life-changing. I've never been so ashamed of anything in my life, and I've never been so excited and hopeful. There's never been anything so huge in my life that I've been so hopeful about.
Well, we're hopeful as well. We're going to work hard to get it out.